Hello and welcome back to Football Manager, and we have now made it to the Guiseley semi-final second leg match in the FA Trophy. Now, as you can see, we did beat Boreham Wood in the previous match 3-2, but it was a very hard fought 3-2, I'll give you that much to the side. At one point we were obviously 1-0 down, we got back just before half time, but they then kicked in the teeth at half time by scoring in the 45th minute. We were then given a penalty on the 50th minute with O'Neill taking it and scoring it before Ryan Hillier finally put us ahead in the 77th minute. But as you can see, we did far better than Boreham Wood did. You can't really say anything other than that. Before we scored our second goal, it was pretty much even footing. But then as soon as we scored our second goal, that's it. We just took off. I mean, seriously, we just took off. And as a result, we beat them. Pretty comfortably, I must say. Admittedly, it was a very close run affair with those last two goals, but we did end up beating them, and that is an important thing, of course. Unfortunately, Robson is obviously still out injured. He can't play in this match, but he can play in the final most likely, and probably will. But I've also noticed that if we win one more football match, we are the champions of the National League. Because we will be 16 points clear of Solihull Moors. And regardless of how they play in their next match, because they've only got 4 games left after that, we would be champions. And if they'd lost any of their last 5, we're champions as well, because we're 13 points clear. So I don't think there's much point showing any more league matches, except maybe Barnet. But I doubt it. So you'll probably get this video at 5 o'clock today. For you. For me, it's 5 o'clock in 4 or 5 days now. Yeah, no, there's no point showing any league matches any point anymore. So if we beat Guiseley today, we'll go to the final of the FA Trophy in tomorrow's 3 o'clock video, and at 5 o'clock we will have the season review of Halifax Town. And yeah, that's it. We did actually get a opportunity at a club. Also, some signings for next season have come through. Let's see. I think it's probably a bit too far back for me to be able to see it. No, here we go. So this here, I didn't actually apply for this. I was given an interview by Northampton. Then I thought, okay, I'll apply properly now afterwards. But unfortunately, they couldn't afford the compensation required to pay me off from my Halifax position. So Northampton won't be getting me as their manager. Instead, it's gone to John Brady, who I know he's caretaker, so they're still actually looking for a manager. But they're on the route of the League One table. They're already relegated, effectively, at this point. 5 games, 15 points. They're 12 points behind Colchester. If Colchester win 1 game, then unfortunately for Northampton, they're relegated already. So at this point, I don't think Northampton are getting out of the relegation zone. And seeing as they'll be in League 2, the same league we're effectively guaranteed to be in next season, I'd much rather be at a better club. Because when I got the interview, they were 21st, I think. And they've dropped considerably since then, so obviously not happening. So let's go forward for today's game. This is all the league matches coming on today. If Dulwich Hamlet can stop Solihull Moors winning, then we are champions of the National League. It is as simple as that. So this is the team we're going for. I'll obviously tell you in the team sheet later on. Tomlinson is still out injured. Robson's still out injured. Ollie Alford's out of the team to make way for Guevara onto the left wing, with O'Neill dropping to the bench. Agbontholm is not playing because of his condition not being high enough. And Penn Rice isn't playing because he did have an injury post Boreham Wood, but is now back to full fitness again, which is good, obviously. But I think Terenzi is the better option at left back. So for now, he'll keep his position in the squad. Although I'm actually thinking perhaps instead of having Nugent on the bench, instead of having Nugent on the bench, we'll have Penn Rice on the bench, just to give us that extra defender on the bench in case someone gets sent off, like Terenzi gets sent off or something, we could then bring off Gatcher for Penrice and then switch the team around as and when we need to. But yes, let's head out to the match with Guiseley. We're away for this fixture because we played at home, obviously, in the 0-0 draw. And to be putting it bluntly, we need to win. Simple as that. Elkin Baggett is back in for the side today. As you can see here, obviously a bit blurred out. Right, Guiseley Association have in goal Bradley Foster with Ted Mulden, Dan Cohen, I'm assuming it's Jorge Sikora, but it could be George Sikora, I'm not too sure. Harrison Hopper, George Cantrill, Sam Mulvaney, Andy Kellett, Matty Gillam, Kane Felix and Captain Sam Gibson. Whilst on the bench they have Declan Lampton, Brad Nicholson, Mark Howarth, Brendan Becker, Nathan Newell, and sorry, that's it, I don't know why I said the last one, so weird. Whilst Halifax Town have Marcin Brzezowski, Daniel Oyegoki, Elkin Baggett, Alex Kirk, Oscar Terenzi, Francis Vincent, Captain today Paris Magoma, Eddie Carrington, Leo Gatcher, Guevaro and Ryan Hillier. Whilst on the bench we have Justin Johnson, Jack Hobbs, James Penrice, Jack Earing and Tyrone O'Neill, with referee Andrew Miller. I'm going to pump fists and say that I expect to come back as finalists. We can skip all the TV stuff, I don't need to see it. It's not that important. It's, nice the first time, but after that it just gets a bit boring afterwards. So, I don't think away goals count, but even if they did, we would be the ones getting them, so we wouldn't have to worry all that much about the opposition. So if we drew 1-1, I don't think we'd go straight through on away goals, nothing that happens at this level. But a 1-0 draw sends us to penalties, obviously, and we don't have a lot of luck with penalties. It's come to my attention, and apparently we've had absolutely no luck in this match. 0 shots to their 5, and we've had less than 40% possession. Jesus Christ. Oyegoki now with Carrington plays it back to Oyegoki over the top, looking for Gatcher actually, who gets the chip just over the keeper's diving arm, but is cleared by a defender. And apparently that didn't count as a shot, for reasons unbeknownst to myself. Gibson for Guiseley plays it short to someone. I didn't see the name in time. Cantrell back to Gibson, back to Cantrell now. Gatcher with a good tackle gets the ball away, and running it clear now through the middle. Hillier, don't quite know what he was planning on doing there, but the ball ends up with Foster, the goalkeeper. Over the top, looking at our left back, Magoma now with the ball to Guevaro. Guevaro runs it forward to the edge of the box, plays it back to Hillier. Out wide for Terenzi. Terenzi now with a cross to Vincent, who plays it to Carrington, who shoots, but it comes back off the post and is cleared for a throw-in to Guiseley. No, to us, sorry, from Guiseley. But I don't know what's happened today. No attacking impetus from this side at all. Terrible possession statistics. Admittedly, they're picking up now, but absolutely atrocious form in this match. And I'm going to point my finger and say I'm not happy with the performance, because they should not be happy with the performance either, to be fair. Marcin Brzezowski has been the player of the match so far, of course, because he's just been able to stop them from scoring, which is not a good thing if your entire player of the match performance comes out of not letting them score. But slowly but surely we are slowly picking up more and more shots. Possession still atrocious. And I think I'm going to make my first substitution right now. I'm going to bring off Eddie Carrington for Justin Johnson to play as an attack winger. Whilst we're also going to be bringing off Leo Gatcher for Tyrone O'Neill to play as the shadow striker just behind Ryan Hillier. Hopefully that could perform some form of miracle to this side and give us that win. The change we're going to make next will be Paris Magoma. Despite the fact he's one of the better players, he is slowly losing his condition, so it would make sense. Magoma with a corner kick swings it in, headed away only as far as Kirk, but the ball is then cleared to Oyegoki. And I don't quite know what that ball was, whether it was a ball out to Hillier or not, I'm not too sure. Oyegoki with the ball again, though, plays it to Vincent, now to Magoma in the middle. Magoma running it forward, tries to get past through, but it's blocked by Howarth. Magoma now forward to Hillier. Hillier plays it out wide to Terenzi. Terenzi now at the edge of the box, looking for a cross all the way to Johnson, whose header just loops over the crossbar. Very unfortunate from a man that has scored a fair few goals in his first few appearances for the club, and a very good start to his career with, and you said Boston United. We're not Boston United. That's the team he had last season, last game I should say, Halifax. But somehow we are still at a 0-0 scoreline against Guiseley. Oyagoki with a free kick now. I'm assuming he's probably going to play it short. He does to Vincent. Now in the middle to Earring. Earring looking up. Finds Vincent again. Vincent plays the ball to Oyagoki. Now back to Vincent again. To O'Neill. Forward to Johnson. Johnson to Hillier. Hillier to Johnson again. Who's in the box and smashes it home for his third goal of the season. And Halifax Town, in the dying moments of this match, pull a 1-goal lead out of the hat. And it was a very well worked effort. Good passing movement from the side, good run forward from Johnson, and a well placed pass from Hillier to find the boot of Johnson, who smashes it home with a first time effort and gives Halifax that 1-goal lead they have been so needing. And after 4 minutes of stoppage time, this side still has not played well by any stretch of the imagination. But apparently we played well enough to win. I'm going to point my finger and say we were not good enough, and that any other day we would have lost that match. If it wasn't for Brzezowski, we would have lost that match. Simple as that. But we didn't. That is an important thing. We did not lose the match. And as a result, oh dear, it appears that we are effectively now guaranteed champions. And we are to play Boreham Wood in the FA Trophy final. Now, according to this, we are not yet nailed on champions. I'm going to send this again to the post-match conference. No point showing it on this, on the video, so I won't. But yes, we now have just one game effectively, or 1 point effectively, from being champions. So, despite what I said at the start of this video, I will be showing Harrogate Town versus Halifax Town tomorrow at 3. And then at 5 you'll see the FA Trophy final. So, until then, I bid thee adieu and goodbye.